What if I told you that somewhere in the vast expanse of the universe, there exists a cosmic bank that makes every earthly financial institution look like a child's piggy bank? A celestial treasury where the currency isn't gold or digital coins, but something far more precious and mysterious. Welcome to a journey through the cosmos where we'll explore the concept of God's interstellar bank, a divine financial system that operates on principles beyond human comprehension. Imagine for a moment that you're floating in the depths of space, surrounded by billions of stars, each one potentially harboring worlds with their own civilizations, their own needs, their own dreams. Now picture an invisible network connecting all these worlds, a cosmic web of transactions where value flows not in the form of paper money or electronic transfers, but as pure energy, consciousness, and spiritual essence. This isn't just science fiction or religious fantasy. Throughout human history, mystics, philosophers, and even some scientists have proposed that the universe operates on principles that mirror economic systems. The law of conservation of energy suggests that nothing is ever truly lost, only transformed. Could this be the foundation of a cosmic currency system that we're only beginning to understand? Let's start with the basics of this interstellar bank. Unlike earthly banks that deal in finite resources, God's interstellar bank operates with infinite abundance. The primary currency here isn't measured in dollars, euros, or Bitcoin, but in units of love, wisdom, compassion, and spiritual growth. Every act of kindness you perform, every moment of genuine understanding you achieve, every instance where you choose love over fear, you're making a deposit into this cosmic account. But here's where it gets truly fascinating. This bank doesn't just serve humanity. It's an intergalactic institution serving countless civilizations across the universe. Imagine beings from Andromeda making transactions with entities from distant quasars, all using the same fundamental currency of consciousness and spiritual evolution. The exchange rates aren't determined by market forces, but by the universal laws of karma, cause and effect, and the eternal balance of giving and receiving. Consider how this system might work in practice. When a civilization on a distant planet achieves a breakthrough in compassion, reducing suffering across their world, they generate cosmic currency that can be used to support other worlds going through similar challenges. It's like a universal aid program, but instead of governments deciding who gets help, the universe itself responds to genuine need and spiritual merit. The interesting thing about this cosmic currency is that it can't be hoarded in the traditional sense. Unlike earthly wealth that can be accumulated and stored, spiritual currency must flow to maintain its value. A being or civilization that tries to hoard love, wisdom, or compassion finds that these qualities diminish rather than grow. It's a self-regulating system that encourages constant circulation and sharing. Now, you might wonder about the infrastructure of such a bank. How does it operate across the vast distances of space? The answer lies in what physicists call quantum entanglement and what spiritual traditions have long known as the interconnectedness of all things. Every conscious being in the universe is connected through an invisible network that transcends space and time. This network serves as the communication and transaction system for God's interstellar bank. Think of it this way: when you have a profound realization about life, when you experience a moment of deep love or forgiveness, that energy doesn't just affect you locally. It ripples out through the quantum field, affecting other conscious beings across the galaxy. You've just made a deposit that can be withdrawn by someone in desperate need of hope, perhaps on a planet orbiting a star you'll never see. The bank's loan system is equally fascinating. Instead of charging interest, the cosmic bank operates on the principle of spiritual investment. When a world or individual receives help, they're not expected to pay back with interest, but rather to grow spiritually to the point where they can help others. It's a pay-it-forward system on a universal scale. Let's explore some specific examples of how this might work. Imagine a young civilization on the verge of destroying itself through war and environmental destruction. They've reached what we might call a spiritual bankruptcy, having spent all their reserves of wisdom and compassion. In our cosmic banking system, they could receive an emergency loan of consciousness from more advanced civilizations who have successfully navigated similar challenges. This loan might manifest as sudden insights appearing in the minds of their leaders, breakthrough technologies that solve their environmental crisis, or a mysterious shift in their collective consciousness toward peace and cooperation. The advanced civilizations providing this help don't lose anything by giving it. In fact, By helping others evolve, they themselves continue to grow spiritually, earning dividends on their investment in universal consciousness. The credit rating system in God's interstellar bank would be based entirely on spiritual development and genuine intention. A civilization's creditworthiness wouldn't be measured by their technological advancement or material wealth, but by their capacity for love, their commitment to growth, and their willingness to serve the greater good of the universe. Interestingly, this system would make it impossible for truly malevolent beings or civilizations to access the bank's resources. Evil, by its very nature, is disconnected from the universal network of love and consciousness that powers the cosmic banking system. It's self-excluding, like trying to make a withdrawal from an account you've never contributed to. But what about individual accounts in this cosmic bank? Every conscious being, from the moment they become aware of their existence, automatically has an account opened in their name. Unlike earthly banks that require paperwork and credit checks, your cosmic account is activated by your very consciousness. Every thought of love adds to your balance. Every act of service increases your credit limit. Every moment of genuine spiritual growth compounds your interest. The beautiful thing about this system is that you can never actually go broke in a spiritual sense. Even if you've made countless mistakes, even if you've caused harm to others, even if you feel spiritually bankrupt, you always have the ability to start making deposits again. Forgiveness, both of yourself and others, is like a fresh capital injection into your account. The withdrawal process is equally elegant. You don't need to fill out forms or wait for approval. When you genuinely need help, when you're open to receiving guidance and support, the universe automatically processes your withdrawal. This might come in the form of meeting the right person at the right time, receiving an unexpected opportunity, or simply finding the inner strength to overcome a challenge. Now, let's consider the implications of this system for interstellar travel and communication. If consciousness is the primary currency and if this currency operates through quantum entanglement, then advanced civilizations might use this network not just for financial transactions, but for instantaneous communication across vast distances. They could share knowledge, coordinate activities, and even transfer consciousness itself from one part of the galaxy to another. This raises profound questions about the nature of identity and existence. If consciousness can be transferred like currency, what does it mean to be an individual? Perhaps advanced beings in this cosmic economy don't think in terms of separate selves, but as temporary focal points of universal consciousness, each playing their role in the greater cosmic economy. The regulatory system of God's interstellar bank would be unlike anything we know on Earth. Instead of government oversight or corporate boards, the bank would be self-regulating through the fundamental laws of the universe. The law of karma ensures that all transactions balance out over time. The law of attraction ensures that beings receive experiences that match their consciousness level. The law of love ensures that the system serves the highest good of all participants. There would be no need for audits or fraud prevention because deception is impossible in a system based on consciousness and truth. You can't lie to the universe about your intentions or your spiritual development. Your account balance reflects exactly who you are and what you've contributed to the cosmic good. But perhaps the most remarkable feature of this interstellar bank is its investment opportunities. Instead of investing in stocks or bonds, conscious beings can invest in the spiritual development of entire worlds. They can fund the evolution of consciousness across the galaxy, earning returns not in material wealth, but in the expansion of love and wisdom throughout the universe. Imagine being able to invest in the enlightenment of a struggling civilization, knowing that your contribution of consciousness and love could help an entire world break free from cycles of suffering and limitation. The return on such an investment wouldn't be measured in percentages, but in the joy of watching countless beings discover their true nature and potential. This cosmic banking system would also explain many of the mysteries we observe in our own world. Why do some people seem to have incredible luck while others face constant challenges? Why do acts of kindness often come back to us in unexpected ways? Why does genuine love seem to multiply when we share it? These phenomena make perfect sense when viewed through the lens of a cosmic economy based on consciousness and spiritual merit. The technology behind this bank would be consciousness itself. No computers, no blockchain, no physical infrastructure needed. The entire system would operate through the collective consciousness of all participating beings, making it indestructible and eternally sustainable. Even if entire galaxies were destroyed, the bank would continue operating through the consciousness that transcends physical existence. As we contemplate this cosmic financial system, we begin to see our earthly economic challenges in a new light. Perhaps our current financial crises, inequality, and economic instability are simply growing pains as we evolve toward a more spiritual understanding of value and exchange. Maybe we're being called to expand our concept of wealth beyond material accumulation towards something more aligned with universal principles. The transition from earthly economics to cosmic economics wouldn't happen overnight. It would require a fundamental shift in human consciousness, a recognition that our true wealth lies not in what we can accumulate, but in what we can contribute to the greater good. It would require us to see ourselves not as separate individuals competing for limited resources, but as interconnected beings participating in an abundant universe. In this new economy, success wouldn't be measured by how much you have, but by how much you've grown and how much you've helped others grow. Profit wouldn't come from taking advantage of others, but from lifting others up. The richest beings in the universe would be those who have developed the greatest capacity for love, wisdom, and service. As we reach the end of our exploration of God's interstellar bank, we're left with profound questions and possibilities. What if this cosmic currency system isn't just imagination, but a glimpse into the true nature of reality? What if we're already participating in this universal economy, but we've forgotten how to read our account statements? What if every act of love, every moment of compassion, every choice for growth over stagnation is already being recorded in a cosmic ledger that spans the stars? Perhaps the next time you choose kindness over cruelty, love over fear, service over selfishness, you'll remember that you're not just making a personal choice, but participating in an economy that connects you to conscious beings across the universe. You're making a deposit in God's interstellar bank, contributing to a cosmic currency that has the power to transform not just your own life, but the entire universe. The question isn't whether this cosmic bank exists, but whether we're ready to become conscious participants in an economy based on love, wisdom, and spiritual growth. Are you ready to open your account?